Yeah. Low key, I'm gonna test in like an hour, but I'm really upset all morning. So upset, I literally like I haven't cleaned my room in like a month, but I got so upset I just went on a rampage cleaning everything. Like I did fucking yoga for like 10 minutes, something like that. But I need to study for this, but I need to talk at the same time. So that's gonna do that. Do that. Cause, dude, holy shit, man. I can't handle this trash. It's anatomy. Um, I don't know. I do this because a lot of times, like, when I feel like I need to like talk and rant and say things so much, it's like I sometimes I'll talk to my friends, but I will talk to my friends, but I do. But I don't know. I think I don't want to seem like I'm regressing, so I don't really consistently say everything, but I'll say it enough. And right now, I'm stuck between trying to like understand if, well, for one, I just had like this argument. I just had it was like probably like 2 weeks ago or something, but this argument, and it's like during it, I don't know. I feel like I roll over like a dog when it's like I have to deal or go against someone I care about, and that might be like old personal issues from growing up in a way where it was like confrontation's not the best thing ever, so it's like, oh, let me just make the most of it, or not make the most of it, but just appease the situation. But it's like right now I want to spin back on the argument because not because I don't know, I feel like I just had a huge lack of self-respect during it, and I'm like I'm being accused of things that I know aren't in my character and not even the way the situation went, but I'm just going along with it, apologizing that that's how I made it feel, but I didn't make her feel that way. you know I She made herself feel that way, because like, I don't know, for example, she says things like everything is on my terms, or I'm like just controlling, I guess is a way you could put it. But I genuinely can't think of a time where it's like I'm for one, I'm not putting her in a position where I'm making it worse for her. And it's not like a broad opinion or anything. It's like the most I ask for is like, like act like you care about me a bit more. It's just so embarrassing to say. Like, yeah, I needed to. Like, yeah, man, I needed her to. I needed to ask that much of somebody, and it's like, why would you stay in that? And this is also like issue of like, wow, like, do I really like have an ounce of like self-respect or anything? And it's like, I love myself, yeah, but like, do I have self-respect? Do I love myself enough to stand up against someone else that I love? Or am I just gonna take it like a fucking dog? And so far the answer is I'm a fucking dog. Honestly. So far the answer is I'm a dog. Which is why I want to like spin back, cause it's like, hey, I am a dog, but I'm not that kind of a dog, I'm not just gonna sit and take that, and it's like, I don't know. I think about all of it and it's like, wow, this girl is such a loser, but I'm the one who put myself in that position, and I'm not even like, I'm not even fighting it really. Like, I didn't fight it, dude. I was like, whatever, whoever you say goes. And then so like to hear back like, oh, it was just whatever I say went, and it's like, no, because if it was how I wanted things to go, we would have had so many more important conversations and not just brushed it off. And I wouldn't have just sat with so many things for months and just let it eat away at me while just trying to make it work because, like, dude, I don't know. But it upsets me a lot to think about because how am I don't know why well, I do know because I didn't know then. And I want to give myself some grace because it's like, wow, how am I supposed to, like, you know these things without the experience of it? And it's like, yes, so true. I want a pen and sorry. And it's like, I can't know these things without going through the experience of it. But at the same time, I could have some discernment, like yes, grace, but like, dude, I just feel stupid, so stupid. It's the posterior cruciate ligament. Yeah, I hope I do well on this test. At least like an 80% is fine. It's anatomy, so. And I'm not an anatomy major, so, how much I get out of that, who knows. But it's just like, I don't know. I think the issue lies in who I'm asking so much from. Yeah, like who I'm asking so much from. Like, cause I really didn't ask for much. It was literally like, but that's not a lot to me. And so it's like, like, I'm asking for emotional honesty and like being able to handle a hard conversation from someone who can like barely remember to eat. Like, and that sounds so crazy, like when I say it out loud, like these are things that like feel normal and natural to me, but if it's hard for her to keep up with herself, how can I imagine her to keep up with me? And I don't know, I really want to just like send her like this like 8-minute probably voice note and just like be like, yo, this is what it was, this is your problems, you're a loser, you're socially stupid. I was gonna say like a really mean word, but you're just socially stupid. And it's like, I don't know, I want to, but I don't know, the more I look back on the situation, the more like I feel like I'm just dealing with a child and I'm trying to like explain, have big boy conversations like this little girl. And it's like, in my head, it doesn't make sense. It's like, if she's only a year younger, like how could it be that our experiences are so different? Especially me as someone who really hasn't like had like long-term relationships, coming into one with someone who's had like multiple year-long ones, like year plus. Like, you've had these relationship experiences, you've had these talks, and it's like, but at the same time, I should have known, because in like the 4 or 5 months that we're actually like active and stuff, she's telling me like, oh, you've done more for me than any of these guys have, and like, and we've been dating for 2 years. And I just look at her, I'm like, how are you putting yourself in this situation? What was the appeal? Like, what was it, like, how do we how do we put ourselves through that? And I don't know, it baffles me still, because I'll still hear things like that. Like, going forward, I'll be like, oh, like, I recently, like, I talked to this girl who, like, we had talked for like a little bit, and then she came over, we slept together. Well, the first time I didn't want to, I told her I wouldn't, right? Because I wanted to wait, I just wanted to chill for a bit, you know. Next week she comes over, we do sleep together, and then afterwards she stopped talking to me, and well, no, then we went on a date in the morning, and after that she stopped talking to me. But anyways, we reconnected. I just had a party on random, just talking about it all, and she's like, yeah, I felt really bad about the situation. Like, you're literally like, you know, like, you're such a nice guy to me. Like, you're literally the only person that ever took me on a date. And I was like, first thing to my mind, I was like, that wasn't even like a date. Like, it was just, I was like, yo, let's grab some cheesesteaks, you know? Like, I'll pay. It's not a big deal. And she's like, yeah, no, it's like one of the better experiences I've had. And I'm like, I don't know. It opened my mind to, like, see things differently, because sometimes I'll get upset, like, especially like the most recent one. I like see like these guys, like this dude I was worried about, like, oh, you're back talking to him now. It's like, okay. And I'm like, honestly, it sounds crazy to say, but I know he's like, I know he's not anything that he's not someone that would take her seriously. He's not someone that would probably take anybody seriously, you know. And it's like, but in my head, like, for a second, I just imagine, like, dang, what if she pops out with this guy? Like, what if it's like, wow, I love you and stuff, and it's like, what if he had what if he gets what I wanted from her, you know? But then it's like, I had to think for a second, like, this is my own brain. This is my own mind. How am I, like, I'm picturing a future I want without even, like, knowing, like, the first thing about him, while also ignoring, like, what I know about her. Like, that's just not gonna happen. And, well, I won't say it won't happen. It's highly unlikely, though. And it's like, I have to, like, I'm picturing things in my head and making it worse for my own reality. And it's like, I want that pop out. I want that relationship. I want that seriousness. And so it's like, I'm not upset at the idea of, like, oh, they're sleeping together now instead of, like, sleeping with me or something. I get upset at the idea of, like, oh, he's getting that emotional connection and I'm not. Like, that's when I get angry. That's when I get mad about it, because it's like, that's what I want. And, you know, I can't expect these, like, sort of, like, things and, like, this connection from people who, like, don't even, like, know really, like, the first thing about themselves. Which is why also it's like, I used to be like, oh, you know, I date like a year younger at most. Like, no matter what age I become. But, like, now I don't even want to do that much. Like, shoot, my age or older. Because it's just so, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. And, so yeah. And, like, going back to, the one I had, like, reconnected with, when I'm, like, talking to her, she goes, like, yeah, I wasn't really worried about what was best for me. And I don't know, she's like, I look back on it and I'm, like, really upset with myself about it. And I'm like, I didn't imagine I treated her that well, but, like, that's the other thing. Like, what I do is, like, what I consider, like, the bare minimum. And, like, nothing, like, so serious, you know? But it's like, that's just how I came up. That's how I was raised. And it's different, because then it's like, I'll meet up with these other people and they're like, you know, like, wow, this is so serious. This is a big deal. Like, oh my gosh. And it's like, in my head, it's like nothing, dude. Like, I could name like 30 more things that would be so much more serious than, like, bringing flowers or, like, paying or, like, trying to actually have, like, I don't know, like, real, like, emotional connection on things, and, like, just being open and honest about stuff. Like, I'm open and honest with everyone I ever met. I don't know, I lie sometimes, but I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie for real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really try to avoid lying. I have no interest in it and no need for it, and it doesn't serve me any purpose. But that is to say, sometimes it does serve me a purpose, and sometimes I'm not as good as I'd like to be, and I do lie. And this happens. This is the sagittal suture. Sagittal suture. Yes, I know this. Sagittal suture is like right here. It's along the. It's like a suture along the brain, and it splits the parietal bones, which hold your parietal lobes, obviously, and yeah, and then these are the parietals. And then anterior of your skull, you have obviously your frontal bone, and then laterally towards the back is where you'll have not I said anterior, posteriorly you'll have your coronal suture. Oh no, I'm thinking about the occipital suture. I think or maybe it's called squamous. I'm reading it. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to like say it and make it make sense for me. But I think it'll be okay. Maybe. That's easy. Frontal, and then frontal goes into the coronal suture, which is like along here, and it kind of like separates everything. Coronal suture. Anyways, yeah. Back to the main thing though. Like, I want to like just yell at her over the phone, block her afterwards, and just call her a fucking loser, just so she knows. But the more I think about it, like, she's already told me, like, how, like, little she really thinks of herself. And it's like, but I ignore that because I'm like, no, I see, like, I don't think of you that way. You know, I think of you as in a higher, like, in a higher place. Like, no, there's so much, like, potential and, like, everything. And it's like, damn near I'm falling in love with her, the potential of her versus, like, her, who she actually is. And I don't know. It's hard because I like to think I see the good in people. Like, I like to think, like, I genuinely, like, before I'll just get angry and be like, oh, you're just actually stupid and useless. Like, I'll think about, like, like, how they came to, like, the conclusion of, like, why they did the action they did or anything like that. And it just goes for, like, anybody I meet. And it's like, I don't exactly, like, hold it to them to just think like, oh, you're just a bad person, because like that's so vague. Like, what is a bad person? It's so dependent, so it's like, okay, maybe their situation is different, maybe this, that, the other, but it's like at some point I just need to stop, like, I don't know, part of me wants to stop like caring so much and just accepting them for who they are, and not just being like, oh, there's so much potential. Like, oh no, like, if she's telling me like, hey, I barely can do like anything for myself, but like I still want to be here and everything. It's like, I'm thinking, okay, cool, let me just take my time. We could just take it slow. No biggie, no rush. But it's like, as soon as they say something like that and it's not aligned with who I am, I can't stand there and wait for them. I just gotta keep going and find somebody else who's like running at my pace. And I feel like that is more showing of self-respect and love than just like being like, oh, no worries, like I can nurture you, I can take care of you, like I can show you so much love and all this stupid stuff. It's not stupid, the idea of it, but it's stupid because it's wasted. Like, giving so much love to someone who doesn't like have the capacity to reciprocate it is like, I don't know, it's like feeding your pet and then expecting them to like make you food back. Like, no, they're gonna give you what they can, but they won't do the same for you. And I don't know, this helps me because like I don't know. I already knew this, but at the same time, it's like I want to like still say something just because like I feel like it's feeding my own soul. But if I constantly just need to like re-explain myself and reevaluate and say this or that and do the most and make it better and just like like not force it, but like if I can't sit with like, oh, they see me in a poor light, then I'm not gonna get very far in life because a lot of people are gonna think that way about me, and a lot of people already have, and those people I just haven't cared about. But it's like now that it's someone that I genuinely do care about is like this towards me, it's harder for me to just walk away and just be like, sure, whatever, because I can sure whatever to like some guy I'm just in class with, like, okay, I don't care about you, I don't know you. But it's like I know this person, I care about them, but like genuinely, like she's such a loser. And I don't know, I was a loser too for staying. Like I wasn't someone so much better in the moment, but like, and I don't mean like a loser and like, oh, what she does or anything. She does cool stuff, but it's like just like her own character and who she is, like really on the inside. And it's like it's not even someone I would be friends with. Not someone I would keep around. And there's no real point in me actually. There's no point in me actually like just stopping my own like separation from it and like resetting like, and I mean that in like, oh, we haven't talked in like a few weeks, and reset like, oh no, I just text her today. Like, no, I just want to keep it that streak going of just separation. Like, you know what? That's how you think about me? Okay, fine. Cool. It's not cool. It sucks. And it's not true. But you probably know that. You wouldn't tell me it, but you probably know it. And I know it. And I know genuinely, like, at your core, you're a worse person than me. So it's not really, it's not my problem. And it never was. But I still took it on to help. And I just gotta let it go. Like, part of me, I don't know if it's like I want to say something because part of me is holding on to it and I want some relief from it, or it's genuinely just like a self-respect thing of like I want to come back and like stand up and like defend myself, Like I want to stand up for myself, but what am I doing that for? What am I doing that for? When I'd get this, I know I'd get the same reaction back. It wouldn't be helpful. It wouldn't be useful. It wouldn't make anything any better. All it would do is rekindle the situation at worst, at best, I don't know. No, at best she would understand and like open her brain cells, but that's not how people work. I can't force that. It's something that comes with time. And there's just there's just no real gain from it, and I'm probably just gonna hurt myself more. So I'm gonna block her right now because every time I look on Instagram, her account gets suggested, and it makes me think about it all over again, and it doesn't help me at all. And so you know what? Boom. Blocked. Cool. And now it'll stop showing up. And I'm gonna let it go. Because whatever, dude. I know who I am as a person. I understand who she is as a person, even if she doesn't. And I don't know, the more time I've taken away from like having like emotional, like romantic connections with people, it surprised me how much like one, how much energy I have for other things. Not I can like pour it into something else. And it's also just surprised me like I started a job recently and it's like it's not that bad. It's pretty easy. It's fun and it's like I'm meeting new people, I'm talking to people, and it's like I'm learning new things. But like I walked out of that job like after like the second day and my heart felt full. Like in the same way if I was like laying with someone I loved, my heart felt that same way and I was like that was really like shocking for me cuz I don't know, for a long time it was definitely just something I just straight up chased, something I cared about, you know. And um it's just interesting to my because I don't know how to explain that I can like grow and like learn to like love things around me. It's kind of just like I could tell you it, but I don't fully understand it yet, and it's definitely like something that other people will only understand when they've really like been there for it. And I don't know. I'm happier. And I'm glad that I'm learning how to refocus my energy into other things. I hope this saves.